Howdy y'all, welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast, episode number 12 I think we're at now. Pretty cool. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Last time we were working on the farm, I added a couple more things. Of course we got these nifty little bridges here now. Kinda get us there a little faster without having to fly over, just in case we ever lose that ability. We don't have to be running down, up and down hills here. These are, of course, all made out of concrete, so we get a little bit of a speed boost. This is our little fish rack here. Gives us some fish jerky. That's a result of one of the things we've added over here to the farm. So now this is kind of the farm area as it stands right now. You can see the mine carts moving around a little bit more. We did add, did I have these on here last time? We have one main farm that's growing taters, carrots, sugarcane, and wheat. These are all magic crops, and unfortunately these don't work with, like I said last time, do not work with the MFR planter and harvester. So underneath each of these we have, and we can go down here, we have the crop planters. Now I think I mentioned in another episode, this is just a graphical glitch as far as these energy pipes go. They are actually connected to this, but it just doesn't show it. So we have everything coming out of here. Like I was saying, it'll start kicking out the seeds once this area is full. So we don't have to set it up like the MFR farms. They're actually a little bit easier. It's just a pain in the butt to make all the expansion cards because the crop planter only will plant basically on this one right here. When you first make them, it'll just say 1, and so it'll only grow up here. You then have to add an upgrade slot, and it'll move to this one, and then this one, and this one, and that. So it'll kind of start going in this spiral sort of thing with each expansion. So we have 24 expansion cards in each of the planters to give us these 5x5 little spots right here, which is fine. You know, it's with the fertile dirt, these things grow pretty quickly. So we have corn, tomatoes, and then over here we have some chilies and some green grapes, or grapes. I guess they're not green grapes because they're actually purple. Then it comes over here, goes down in this little tunnel, and then goes down to our little fisher. This is an automatic fisher. Now I've only got it set up to, now it's pulling everything out of here, and it goes, and of course goes in this chest. This is powered by one of our solar panel 3s, which is probably overkill for this. I could probably make even a 1 or a 2 and power this, but you know, I had the 3, so I just slapped it on there. The fisher pops everything up into here. Now the fisher actually will pull up all kinds of stuff. Enchanted bows, books, fishing rods, saddles, plastic bags. Usually there's something inside the plastic bag. One-use safari balls, mystery balls, all kinds of stuff. I don't have it set it up doing anything but puffer fish, which I don't know why I don't need them. Lily pads, I think, plastic sheets. Things that I think I might use. I'll probably stop doing the pufferfish. Don't really need those, but you never know. If we ever pull advanced genetics out, then of course we'll need some way of breathing underwater. So might as well get a little stock of those. Now the little contraption, we'll take a look at it over here in just a minute, but I did wind up going with an MFR tree farm over here. The main reason being that when we take a look at that other little item over by the main building, is that it just won't grow spruce trees for some reason. I think because there's an autonomous activator right here to chop down the trees, will not allow it to grow. It's just, I guess spruce trees need a certain amount of space, and it just doesn't give it to it. If we plant spruce trees here, it will grow the giant spruce trees, which you get a ton of wood from. Right now I'm just growing oak saplings. Now we've added these little liquid transfer nodes to this MFR harvester and that one over there, and they both have a ender transmitter set to sludge. And the sludge is coming over here to this bedrockium drum. Looks like we got about 60 buckets in there right now, and it's got a receiver also set to sludge. And I was trying out this sludge boiler. I think we're going to do something with this a little bit later on in the episode. We're going to build a little area for it because this thing will mess you up. It gives you a nasty hunger effect and poison. So we're going to have to build somewhere pretty safe for it. I got some ideas. But what sludge does is it cooks it out, or the boiler cooks it out into dirt, sand, gravel, clay, soul sand, mycelium, and I think there's something else that I didn't get. But right now I'm just letting it collect up until I finish the room, and then we'll hook this all up somewhere where it's safe, and we can kind of control that. But before then, everything going up there all cool. And this is just, these are drying racks right here from Tinker's Construct. You throw meat or fish or slime balls, blood, all that will turn into food. After just a little bit of sitting up here, it'll turn into the jerky. The blood stuff is kind of gross, but I mean, if you can get a hold of it, if you're starving, whatever. But we're not hurting for food. Now over here is what I was initially. Let's go down and grab some bone meal and show you how I plan to make this thing work. I didn't really want to do an MFR tree farm. I wanted to do something a little different. Where's the bones at? There we go. So we'll just grab 2 stacks for now. I didn't really want to do an MFR just because it was, almost too easy. So what I did was I have an autonomous activator on the bottom aimed up towards this little plot of dirt right here. This being fertile dirt doesn't really help it any. And then, so this really could be regular dirt. And then in here we have a lumber axe that I made. It's got a cobalt head, Manalian plate, and Manalian manulin. What do you call it? Shaft, and then a paper binding. And right now we've got reinforced 2 and haste on it because I actually want wood. I don't want it to be turned into charcoal or anything. And the way this thing works is I don't want this on all the time because it'll knock the sapling out. Like if it was on all the time, the sapling wouldn't plant or be able to grow before it just knocked the sapling out. So we have a redstone torch here providing this redstone with a signal. But it won't complete the circuit to the autonomous activator, which is set to high signal. So it needs a redstone signal before it'll work. So once this grows, it'll complete that signal and activate the autonomous activator, and it'll start chopping. Now the lumber axe will actually chop down the entire tree. That's the difference with the lumber axe over just like a regular axe or hatchet. Is the lumber axe will cut down an entire tree all at once. And then over here we have our ender chest with a item collector, and it's set to oak wood and apple. I wonder if it's ignore metadata. So it's actually pulling all wood, which is fine. And then over here we have a transfer node, and on the transfer node there's another item collector, and this one's set to birch saplings. You can see there's a little rationing pipe on the end there that keeps just a stack of 64 birch saplings. We don't have 64, but it'll just keep 64 in there, and any overflow will just get trashed. So we don't have to worry about stuff jamming up. And let's go sleep real quick just so it's daytime. Don't have to worry about mobs or anything. The magnum torches do seem to be working now. So what this is kind of will do is it's set on round robin, so it'll just kind of go through here. But if we turn this all into bone meal and then load it up, it'll start bone mealing that, and then see now it's completed the circuit, and it chopped the tree down. Now the reason, like I said, that I didn't go with this is just because I can't do if I were to put a spruce sapling right there, it would go through all that bone meal and that thing would never grow. And I tried it and tried it and tried it, and it won't grow. Now I can get the, if I do it like a 2x2, it'll grow the 3 right here, but the one right in front of the autonomous activator will never grow. So I just finally gave up on that and went with the MFR harvester. It works, plus we're getting sludge from it. A tree farm is really your best way to get the sludge as far as the MFR farms go, just because the growth is so rapid. So that is pretty much just the changes that we've done. Like I said, not too much. I kind of elevated our little power station here, give it like a little kind of a towery look. And then of course we've added the fish farm, which is very simple to do. The only thing you need to remember with the fish farm, or the automatic fisher, is it's got to be over a 3x3 block of water, and you can't have a block underneath it. So you know, place a block, place your fisher, and then knock out that block, and then a 3x3 around. So this is basically in the center of a 3x3 area, and then it'll fish up just as long as the water. I mean, like, you can have something or on the same level as the fisher, it just can't be underneath in that 3x3 area, or this thing won't fish. So when we come back, I'm going to pick an area. I think I'm going to put it over here. I haven't decided on a design completely just yet, but I'm probably going to put it down here, the sludge area in this area. Probably dig down, give it a little safe room, some security features to make sure you don't walk in if it's still working, so you don't pick up the poison and the hunger effect. And when I get down to the area where I'm going to put the room, I'll probably just dig down here, work on that a little bit, and then when we get down the room area, we'll put it all together. So we'll be back in 1 second. Well, that was a pretty fast break for y'all. For me, it was quite a while. It's actually not even the same day. So now I haven't built anything above ground. Eventually I'm going to put some sort of, you know, indicator that there's an entrance here. I don't know if I'll just mark it on the ground or if I'll build a little building yet. I'm still thinking about it. But if we go down below, where you ends us up in this little room here, we've got our little caution blocks. And as we walk forward, that pops that open. That's just a piston door. Down here is going to be the room where the sludge boil will be in the back. It should be in the very back there, so even if we enter into the room, it will be far enough away that it shouldn't hurt us if we walk in there. This is the same kind of door. This is just a double instead of a single. Now normally, like right now, this is the way it'll be set, so this will be closed. When you come down here, it'll pop it open, then you'll be in the room. I haven't finished it up completely yet, but what we do, I actually use the RedNet controller here, the programmable RedNet controller. You can see we've got RedNet cable going up to the pistons, and that's the same on both sides. You can see each one of these is white, and if we look at the one that the pressure plates are on, that one is orange, and the reason for that is I really could do these white also, but the way I had really initially set it up, I had put it over here, but then I moved it. It was all going into one side, but if we look at it, we're doing a T flip-flop. This thing is confusing as hell to me, but apparently you can do more than like one thing with this. The RedNet controller, it's not just like a it's not like the Project Red, what are they, like the repeaters and stuff like that. This can do multiple things all at once, and you can actually program different abilities if you go through these next. Like I could have it do a T flip flop first, and then let's say I wanted it to let's say I wanted it to open these doors and then after that open some other doors after delay. I mean, I could go in here and say, you know, T flip-flop here, and then next I could do maybe a timer. Is there a timer? I think there's like timers and stuff in here. Well, I thought there was. Randomizer. Just all kinds of stuff. This is just really, well, there's an inverter also, which is something I use quite a bit, which really is easy to do with redstone, honestly. I thought there was a timer in here, but I guess there's ways to do that. I just don't know enough about it to really say. I just know that on a T flip-flop, you've got your in and out. This is the one that's coming from, that's orange. And then down here, click on that also. This needs to kind of pretty much be the same thing. And then this is your out to where it needs to go, or what it needs to do. So it's going to be, you're taking your in from your orange. It's saying it's clicking it, and then it's going out to, or sending a redstone over here to the pistons. So that's basically a T flip-flop. So initially when we come in, once this is all closed off, there won't be anything, or you'll just see the caution blocks here. This will be all closed in. It's a lot more compact to do it with this red net than with redstone. With redstone, you know, of course, I'd have to have a little hole in the area back there, and then it would be a pain trying to run redstone up to 3 separate pistons. But it'd be a lot more wide open. So that's going to be kind of what you see when we come in here. So let's see, let's make a couple blocks. Are these? No, these are the wrong ones. I need factory blocks for that. I only have the armor plating. So I'm going to finish closing this all off, finishing this up, and then working on this room down here. Also going to work on adding some more lighting. Of course, we're not going to have torches down here. So I'm going to polish the rest of this all up and probably get the sludge boiler down here. And when we get done with that, we'll be right back. Right back. 1 second. See you in a minute. Welcome back one last time. We finished up pretty much the outside areas. I added glass here instead of this armor plating. Don't know how I feel about that, but I don't know. It just seemed like too much to have the doors also with the armor plating. So close this one off down here. Use the same thing. Put the glass there. We added in some of these lighting blocks. So that's pretty much finished. And I did move the sludge boiler down here. Now my eventual plans, I'm not going to have time in this episode, but eventually what I want to do is have use computer craft, maybe some monitors, but have a terminal here that will let us know if it's online or offline, and then be able to enter a command to shut it off. If I do that, I will not program that on video. Programming is boring, and it takes me forever because I have to use like reference sheets and stuff to figure out the commands. So for right now, we're just using the wireless lever. You can see it's not running, even though it gets these effects when it's got sludge in the boiler. So when you see these little swirl effects, that just means there's sludge in there. So we can see this is full. We just have this transfer node right here hooked up to the barrel. This transfer node, well, this is from the farms, of course. This is the receiver. Sludge goes into the barrel. This transfer node pulls it out. So there's about 8 buckets in here or so. Another 4 buckets in here. Just got the Tesseract. We just got it slapped up here on top for right now. I may clean it up later because eventually I want to move this or change this room up. I'm just not sure what blocks I want to use. I almost want this room to look dirty, so I may use like the mossy stone brick, or I may use one of the rusty chisel blocks, because I mean, this thing is exuding, sludge particles out of here, so we don't want it to look all nice and clean like this. So what I'll probably do is I'll have like a glass, or that area will be enclosed. Not sure if we'll do like another piston door maybe over on one of these sides to access it, because I mean, you can kind of tell how far it goes if you look. You can see that the particles don't go out past like right here. So if we do a wall right here, then we should be safe on this side of the wall without getting any. Well, let's test it real quick. Now, I did add some. I already had storage for dirt, sand, gravel. What else does it do? I added one for soul sand, mycelium, and something else. I can't remember what else that I did not already have. So this lever should turn this thing on. So we're not getting affected at this point. Should be able to see stuff coming out of here as it, see there, it popped one. There was some sand, so it's producing. So let's see where it is that we need to, still good, not getting sick yet. Yeah, and then, yeah, so right there. So you see when you get that, you get this nasty hunger and a poison that doesn't last too long, thankfully, but the hunger does last for a little while, and it tears through your hunger. But right now, this works. I mean, we have the lever there to turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. But like I said, I do want to add that computer craft in there. I'll probably just put a terminal here, and we'll just use one of the redneck cables to come over here and underneath. And then what I would probably do, like I said, is I'll set a monitor maybe like right here in the middle. That'll let us know whether it's online or offline. And we may even set it up to where when it's offline, the door will be open, but when it's online, it'll close the door. And since you can only turn it on or off from the computer, you won't get yourself stuck in there. So that's my eventual plans for that. So let me know what you guys think of the build here. I think I like the doors. I think that's pretty cool. Very easy to do with the redneck controller. Very minimal space, since it's, you just need space for the wiring, and the redneck controller itself is just a block, so it's not too hard. So we're not completely done with this one yet. We, of course, want to clean it up. We don't want just stuff stuck down at the end of the room. Some of it may be hidden, behind walls and stuff. But I did want to get it over here and kind of get it producing. So that's it for the episode, guys. I appreciate you coming by. I hope you like this build. If you have any questions, comments, don't forget to put them down there. I always enjoy those, of course. It lets me know you guys are watching. Don't forget to put a rating on there. And if you have not subscribed, as I always say, that is the best way to know when I do put out a video. So I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by, and I will see y'all later.